month of April is celebrated as Parkinson's Awareness Month. And in fact, April 11th marks the birth of physician James Parkinson, who first described the disease in an essay on the shaking palsy. In Goa, there are several patients who aren't diagnosed and are living without treatment. And it is a disease that generally afflicts the senior citizens or people above the age of 60. And this brain degenerative disorder is yet to get sufficient awareness. And we have a lot of patients who go undiagnosed in Goa. Today, in conversation with Dr. Joanne D'Souza, physiotherapist and coordinator of Parkinson's Society of Goa, we're going to get to understand a little more about Parkinson's disease. She's been working in the capacity of coordinator of the Parkinson's Society of Goa since 2016. Thank you so much, Joanne, for your time. We're happy to have you on our show today. You've been working tirelessly with Parkinson's disease patients across the state. So how did your journey start? Tell us about the disease and who are prone to it, and how does one come to know that it is Parkinson's and just not any other kind of sickness?
So firstly, Parkinson's Society Goa was started in Goa in 2013, and the PDM, the Parkinson's Disease and Movement Disorder Society, was started in Mumbai in 2001, but it came to Goa only in 2013. It was started by a neurologist in Mumbai, Dr. B.S. Singhal, and the support groups were first started in Mumbai itself, and then we started it in 2013 here in Goa. The disease is primarily it's a movement disorder, and it is a neurological condition which results from deficiency of a neurotransmitter, dopamine, as a consequence of degenerative vascular or inflammatory changes in the basal ganglia. So that is the part of the brain that controls movement. So a person with Parkinson's disease has abnormal low levels of this neurotransmitter dopamine, and because of which they will have either motor symptoms and non-motor symptoms. So the motor symptoms in Parkinson's primarily are tremors, bradykinesia, which is slowness of movement. Then there is rigidity, there is stiffness in the body, and they lose postural control. So there's the higher tendency to fall backwards. Besides this, what we don't see are the non-motor symptoms, which are also very, very predominant. They could be things like mood disorders, sleep disorders, anxiety, depression. And the vast majority of people are not aware that this, especially in Goa, that this is Parkinson's. And the thing is, it is easily missed because tremors are not the only symptom in Parkinson's. It may be something else. And once a person feels any of these symptoms, they should visit a neurologist at the earliest to get a diagnosis, which is one of the important things to do in Parkinson's, because the earlier you start therapies and medication, it is much better and much easier to control the progression of Parkinson's.
So Joanne, like you just said, it's important to kind of get to know about the sickness at an early stage. Also because there is no cure. So, but does medication really help in it? And what do we need to understand?
Medication is one of the primary things required for people with Parkinson's to control the symptoms of Parkinson's. Like you said, there is no cure, but the medicines primarily it is a manner of they artificially put in the medication, the dopamine, which helps elevate the symptoms at that time. So this is important because then the person will the symptoms will be much less, and they'll be able to function better, as well as they are able to the person with Parkinson's can also start exercises early, which according to evidence says that it helps a lot as far as improving the symptoms of Parkinson's. They are able to move better, they're able to function better, and they can have a better quality of life.
When you talk of better quality of life, and if I'm not mistaken, this degenerative brain disorder, irrespective of medicine, does it affect motor skills or kind of workability as age progresses, or with the intake of medicines, it is still kind of under control no matter how one ages in life?
So Parkinson's is mostly seen in the senior citizen population, that is above 60 years. But it is also there is also Parkinson's in the younger onset, that like you mentioned, below 60 years of age. And then that is the people, those are the people who are in the prime of their life. They are going to work, they are probably in different kinds of jobs. We've had a lot of people with Parkinson's who've got Parkinson's as early as 35, 36. So it can definitely affect the quality of life, and as well as the person's ability to go to work. And it's not just the medications that can help the person, because since it is so life changing, exercises, counseling are all very important, even speech therapy. One thing that I did not mention earlier was the speech difficulties that are also seen in people with Parkinson's, which of course will progress, because it is a progressive disorder. So the earlier you start therapies and the earlier you can do exercises at home and get help for all these symptoms, it's much better to have a better quality of life.
Okay, and when it comes to the awareness about Parkinson's disease, I think today a lot more people know about Parkinson's disease than probably that they knew 10 years ago. Do you think there is more awareness, and what do you think has led to this awareness?
um, there
Is
is
it more
definitely more
people
awareness.
falling prone to the disease, or
Actually, yes, in a manner you could say there is awareness in park. We've ourselves done a lot of activities to spread awareness, articles in newspapers and on the radio and unity walks. Of course, this is the Parkinson's Awareness Month as well. So this is the month we try to spread as much awareness. But once again, I don't think it has really reached the grassroots levels. There may be a lot of areas in Goa where I'm sure there are a lot of people with Parkinson's who are not aware that they have a diagnosis of Parkinson's. They may be showing the symptoms, but because there is lack of awareness about the condition, they may not have met a doctor, or they may not have, may still not be on medications. So definitely there is some amount of awareness, and I know it's not just our society that's working. It's a lot of other organizations who are working for senior citizens, who have been trying to spread awareness about various conditions affecting people with Parkinson's. But there's a lot that is left to be done, definitely.
can you tell us a little bit about the Goa scenario, and a little bit about a few cases probably in Goa, and how easy or difficult is it to kind of get people to go to the doctor and diagnose that it is Parkinson's?
Over 700 cases of Parkinson's registered with our society. We have 5 support groups at Mapsa, Panjim, Vasco, Margao, and Ponda. And we used to have regular sessions at centers in these locations, but now, because of the pandemic and the lockdown situation, we have shifted all our sessions on. Sure, we have people on their own, with their own knowledge about the Parkinson's condition, and people who may have come across articles or editorials, or they may have visited a doctor. They do come forward and approach us and join our society and take avail the free services that we provide. But I'm sure there is, I certainly feel that there may be a lot more cases of Parkinson's in Goa who are still probably not, they don't have a diagnosis, and they don't have access to healthcare services that maybe we are able to provide them at this point.
uh, as you said, that a lot of them might not have access to healthcare services. How expensive is medication for Parkinson's disease then?
The medication, since it is a progressive disorder, and it's something that they have to take medications every day, and as the conditions become worse, there may also be increase in the dosage of medications. It's definitely an expensive, it can get expensive, but there are some medications provided in the government sector free of cost. Besides this, if our society also helps provide medications to people with Parkinson's, especially those who are from the lower socioeconomic background, so that is something that we provide also as a service. But it's certainly expensive. It's not it's definitely not cheap.
I think in Goa, with alcohol being available uh, at a very cheap rate, sometimes people with Parkinson's disease are discriminated, and and they are perceived to be drunk, so how does your society kind of deal with this? And what can we do to create an inclusive environment for people living with with Parkinson's disease?
um, Actually, that's a very common thing that our own patients from our support groups come back and tell us that many people have told them, maybe you've had an extra drink, you're walking very strangely, funnily, you're not able to walk straight. So it's really sad that people very easily come to this conclusion, and many a times this causes a lot of stigma. Our people with Parkinson's feel very isolated. They don't want to go for functions, they don't want to go for parties, primarily because of this fear of, and many of them are from very probably they have they face this issue many a times. The best thing that I would say is that awareness about Parkinson's goes a long way in helping people come to understand what exactly it is. And there's always going to be like, okay, maybe this person has something else. Maybe we cannot just jump to conclusions that this person is alcoholic, or even it's not just with the walking difficulties, it's also with eating. People with Parkinson's have a lot of drooling sometimes. They may not be able to hold their plate straight, food may fall out. So, and speech is affected. So many a times they lose many of the relationships that they have had for many years, and they are very isolated. They prefer to remain in the house, and of course that is really affects the condition much more. And this is something that we hope that with awareness people are more aware. We hope that the people who notice someone with Parkinson's can maybe immediately try to understand maybe this person has Parkinson's. I'm sure that will be very helpful and will go a long way in helping people
I
with
think you've shed wonderful light on how we can help people with Parkinson's disease. But can you also shed light on, how important is it for a patient suffering from Parkinson's disease to be mentally strong? Because I think, first of all, when you're in your 60s and you retire, you have been considered to be old and, incapable of doing things. And now with Parkinson's disease, you're kind of looked down upon, or you're kind of probably shunted in society. How important is it to have mental well-being?
It's very, very important. But not only that, it's important to have a support group, a support center, some people who'll probably help you up, because in Parkinson's you cannot have that feeling of I'm alone in this situation, and which is why group therapy sessions that we conduct, there is something where the people with Parkinson's, they come together and they feel, no, there is somebody else who also can understand what I'm going through. There is also caregiver support groups that we have for the family members, because life doesn't just change for the person with Parkinson's, it also changes a lot for the spouse, so, or the maybe even the children. And we want to help them understand how they can help their person with Parkinson's. Sometimes it is difficult to get them to do their exercises or try and understand what they are going through. They may not want to talk to their family members, they may not want to go out, and all these things are really difficult to deal with. It's not that the person with Parkinson's will always be able to understand. It's a process of acceptance that you have Parkinson's and life is going to change. And the only thing that we recommend is joining a support group, like joining things support groups that we have, so that there's always something that that you are not alone. You have a group who's also understanding what you are going through, and that really helps to come to terms with Parkinson's and to adjust to all the life changing things that happen with Parkinson's.
Thank you so much, Joanne, for being part of our first episode, More Than Just News. It's a pleasure to have you, and I'm sure people are going to get great insights into Parkinson's disease and the scenario in Goa. Please follow our social handles for more updates.